Hey guys, Silverland here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Infected Nightwing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, this is it. Before today we're taking a look at the Infected Nightwing. He is brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, part of the DC Multiverse line of figures. And he joins Bizarro and John Stewart in the kind of one-off random wave of multiverse figures that just kind of sort of recently came out. Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with like 3-figure one-off waves. It gives us a chance to get some characters we might not get in other waves, because a lot of the multiverse stuff is kind of themed. They typically do 2 video game figures in one set, then they'll do 3 kind of comic characters, or a one-off animated look, or a BAF wave. You know how it works by now. Line's been out for over a year, and yeah, pretty much a typical multiverse fare here. And speaking of being out for over a year, this guy utilizes the body from the first Nightwing McFarlane Toys ever did in the Build a Batmobile wave, which I tried to put out a video giving my thoughts on that figure, but my video editor was being a diva bitch and did not want to save that video, so unfortunately that got lost. I talked about quite a few things in that video that I just didn't have the time to get into individual reviews for you guys, so my apologies for that. But we get to take a look at the body now and see how it works and all that. So with that being said, let's stop jibber-jabbering, get into the meat and taters of this figure. This head sculpt, though, I wasn't crazy about it when I first saw it. But having it in hand, I love this head sculpt. It is so demented and twisted and just freaking evil looking. What is it? The Foosh said it kind of looked like King Diamond. At one point, Nightwing's rocking his King Diamond face paint, which is kind of funny. If you did tweak this, give it like some long hair and stuff, it kind of looks like King Diamond. Just a different paint deco or something would probably fix that. I could totally see it too. King Diamond always kind of had this creepy smile when he smiled with his makeup on. But that aside, we'll talk more about King Diamond in about a month or so. You know what I'm talking about, right, T-Man? Shout out to Divas. It's a shout out in every video. But this head sculpt also feels a little bit more articulated than the other one. I mean, you could tilt it to hell, like, it's crazy. You can snap his neck and kill him if you want. He can look up pretty good, down pretty good. He's got his kind of Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day haircut going on. Whatever. I don't care for Green Day. His shoulders go out to the side and then back down. They do rotate forward and back. He does have a bit of a butterfly in there. It is hindered, though. It's not the greatest of the butterflies we've seen from this line, but you can get the job done. It is achievable to get his arms down by his sides. It is a little hard, I'm not gonna lie. It's almost more trouble than it's worth, but it can be done. You just gotta really try. You really gotta try. Now he's got a bicep swivel, double joint at the elbow. There we go. One of them's always harder to pop than the other one. Nah, I guess that's as far as it goes. But you can have him punch himself in his own face. As usual, he's got 2 grip hands. No fist hands. I would have liked some fist hands, but whatever. But you can go up and down with those. You can rotate them at both ends. Standard stuff. He's got a diaphragm joint, which was a little floppy, but it seems to have stiffened up a little bit since I opened him, so that's cool. He's also got the same thing going on in the waist. I will say the waist seems a little bit more freed up. I think they used a softer material for the diaper piece. Not by a lot, maybe a little bit. And then the hips, you gotta kind of work around this diaper. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but if you bring the leg forward, then kick it out, you can bring it down here, and he can have the split. No, almost a split. It's a little bit better than 45, or maybe exactly 45, but it can be done. He does have a thigh cut, but it is a McFarlane thigh cut from the beginning of this line, so it doesn't amount to shit, really. He does have a double-jointed knee. He can kick his own ass. Look at that. I haven't been able to kick a figure in the ass in a long time, but finally able to do it. And I forget if Green Lantern did or not. He's got a hinge in the foot with a swivel and a rocker and a useless ass toe joint. So there you go. And peg holes on the bottom of his feet. But that is Nightwing in a nutshell. I will say, if you have the Red Hood 2-pack, you know what you're getting here. It's the same figure with a different head. It's exactly the same. He's got the new 52 red going on. I don't think there's any other new parts on this. I could be wrong. We'll see. I'm going to compare him to the old Nightwing figure. Well, the first one they did. It's not really that old. But taking a look at his accessories, or excuse me, moving on to his accessories, because he does not have a lot. He's got the standard stand with a peg on it. Nothing crazy there. He's got the infamous collectible trading card. I never get sick and tired of that. It says Infected Nightwing there on the back. Alright, at least says Nightwing. You can pause and read it now if you want. Let me know in the comments where this guy comes from. I'm not too sure of the source material on this guy. But what I am sure about is that he comes with 2 wacky sticks. He whacks people with these. I will say the handle on this one's a little warped from packaging, but I could probably heat that up and straighten it out. But he does have some little clips on his back here. And you could just slide these in from the top. I would say be careful with these clips. You don't want to snap them, but as long as you slide them in from the as long as you slide them in the right side from the top, there we go. You could store them on his back, no problem. Again, this one needs to be heated up a little bit. I gotta straighten that out, but the other one's fine. There you go. So, with that being said, let us move on. I mean, take a look. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame upon thee. With that being said, let's take a look at some size comparisons. Taking a look at some size comparisons, here's the Infected Nightwing next to the original Nightwing figure we got in the Multiverse line from the Build-A-Batmobile wave. So you can see they got different head sculpts and maybe different torsos. I don't know, maybe the colors are throwing me off, but the kind of bird emblem on the Infected one's chest looks a little bit different from this first version. And then from that very same wave, we have the Batman Who Laughs. Up next, here he is next to a couple more infected characters. We have the Robin Crow and the Infected Superman from the Merciless wave. And I gotta say, these guys look like they fit in quite well with each other. Look like they're a part of the same psychotic, sadistic, and kind of twisted team. And last but certainly not least, got our 2 regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. I gotta say, the Infected Nightwing figure here looks like he'd be a great addition to the Red and Black Club, you know what I mean? But with that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and while a majority of this figure is stuff we've already seen before, I gotta say, I think I kinda enjoy this version more than the regular one. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? I enjoyed a variant more than the original. It could happen. Although I thought it was mostly going to happen with that Batman Beyond because he's got the face like the animated series, but we haven't got our hands on that, so we'll have to settle with this. But yeah, I gotta say, I had a lot of fun kind of posing this guy around for the URL again. I literally just got this guy the day before I'm recording this video, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to mess with him. But the time I did spend messing with him, I enjoyed him quite a bit. I think it's a very cool figure. I think the head gets a little bit more range of movement this time around. And I have to say, I wasn't sold on it at first, but now having it in hand, I like the head sculpt a lot more than I thought I would. So I guess that is a good thing in and of itself. But if I were to recommend this to anybody, it would mostly be to people who are interested in the infected characters, like the Robin Crow, or the Superman from the Merciless Wave, you know, the Batman Who Laughs, all that jazz. There's supposed to be a King Shazam that's kind of like this too, an infected King Shazam. Kind of like the King Robin I reviewed from the Death Metal Wave. He's got the crown and the fur cape and whatnot. And I will definitely be taking a look at that figure once it comes out. I imagine it's going to be kind of like the Bizarro we just looked at, but with a new cape, maybe a new fur piece. Maybe they'll reuse the same one from the Robin King. I don't know. But I have to say, I quite enjoy these infected characters. Again, I'm not sure what the source material for this is. I would imagine it's from the Dark Knight's metal or death metal or one of those, but I don't really care. It's a cool toy, and I like cool toys. So if you do too, then I highly recommend you pick this up. I think it's a cool figure, and it's kind of the peg warmer of the wave, even though I think it's a lot better than what the Marvel Legends is offering right now. No, I'm not talking about the supervillains wave. I'm talking about probably everything else. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. I'm going to give you guys another full week of videos. That's right. If you ain't sick of me yet, you will be. So, yeah, I found out I have enough stuff to look at here, so that's exactly what we're going to do. That and the other two figures I reviewed from this wave got a decent amount of views, so we'll see how this guy goes. But in case you haven't already, don't forget to hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions for live unboxing videos of all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to say anything other than that. No, actually I am. In case you miss them, you can watch them in their full train wreck glory because I do upload them to IGTV after the live recording. There you go. We'll get back to those eventually. Oh, I said I wasn't going to say anything. I lied. But as always, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this figure, if you like this figure or don't. If you're jonesing for this figure or if you're going to pass on it. I could see a lot of people passing on it just because they don't care for the whole infected thing. But if you are a fan of the Dark Knight's metal like I am, or just creepy, scary, kind of freaky looking versions of the DC superheroes, then this is definitely the figure for you. And with that being said, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.